A big story that we're tracking right now. Now, in a time when Maharashtra is on a daily basis seeing a rise in COVID cases and has actually registered over 6,000 cases in just a span of 24 hours, the Maharashtra Cabinet Minister and NCP leader Nawab Malik is blaming the BJP for the rise in COVID cases. He claims that it was BJP's demand to open up more places, and even now the party is holding these large-scale events. Remember, this has become a huge problem with the Maharashtra now topping the charts of as far as the entire country is concerned for COVID cases. Listen in to what Nawab Malik said.
There in the state of Maharashtra, always BJP was claiming, open up everything. Now some open up has been there. People in a wedding, they gather in thousands number. Many of the program where the thousands of people are gathered. Yesterday in Jamner, a BJP leader, Mahajan, has taken a meeting where 10,000 people were there. If you are not abide with the guideline given by the state of Maharashtra, then it is a problematic.
So there you heard it from the minister himself saying that, even now BJP leaders are holding events where 1,000 people are gathering and in gatherings in large numbers, which is becoming a problem in Maharashtra. Now, while we've had a series of conversations here on Mirror now about the causes that would have led to the spike, this is the first one that we are actually hearing of the government blaming the opposition for rise in cases. Disha, in fact, joins me with more. Disha, surely the government can't be suggesting that they heard BJP, followed their advice of opening up, and so it is all BJP's fault.
Well, that's right, Tanvi. And in fact, this is not the first time that Shiv Sena is hitting out at the BJP via Samna, its editorial medium. In fact, in the last year or so as well, we have really looked at how Shiv Sena is slamming BJP for all the sort of developments that really take place. So here, in this particular case, whenever there's a surge that the state saw clearly in its Samna editorial, Sanjay Raut has penned blaming the BJP that it is because of them that this is a huge spike that the government has seen, because till about 2 months or so there was nothing at all that the Maharashtra had really seen. It was very much under control, but because of the BJP and the rallies and sort of the other proceedings that they really put in place, that is the reason why we are looking at the spike in the cases in concern. So this is purely blame game again and again. Shiv Sena via its mouthpiece editorial Samna hitting out at the
Disha, hold on with me. I will come to you in just a bit, but let me actually go across to Mr. Ram Kadam of the BJP. Mr. Ram Kadam, the Maha Aghadi Alliance, and the most recent comment coming in from Nawab Malik, the minister, blames the BJP for the rise. They're saying you're the ones who kept asking to open up everything, and even now you guys are the ones who are holding these events with large number of people, leading to the rise in cases. Your response?
आज के शिवसेना के सामना में भी और राष्ट्रवादी के जो मंत्री हैं उनके बयान में भी दोगलापन, डबल स्टैंडर्ड कैसे है देखिए। जब कोविड के आंकड़े कम हुए तो सरकार अपनी पीठ थपथपाती है, सरकार कहती है कि ये सरकार की सफलता है। जब कोविड बढ़ जाता है तो वे कहते हैं कि लोग लापरवाह है और ये भाजपा विपक्ष है, इनके वजह से है। अरे अच्छा हो तो सरकार की पीठ थपथपाओ, और आंकड़े बढ़ जाए तो उसकी जिम्मेदारी से पल्ला झाड़ दो। ऐसे दोनों तरफ से ढोल बजाए नहीं जा सकता, ये पहली बात। और दूसरा बिंदु आपको बता दूं कि महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने पूरे देश भर में सबसे बद से बदतर हालात महाराष्ट्र के रहे कोविड को लेकर। लोगों की तड़प तड़प करके मौतें हुई हैं। क्या महाराष्ट्र की सरकार के मंत्री को ये स्मरण में नहीं है या उनकी याददाश्त कमजोर है? वे सारे के सारे मंत्री क्वारंटीन करके अपने बंगले से बाहर नहीं निकल रहे थे। ये भी महाराष्ट्र के और देश की जनता भूल नहीं सकती। और इसके लिए ये जो बयानबाजी इनकी है, अब इनकी कांग्रेस की रैली निकल रही थी, हजारों लोग रैली में थे। का पदग्रहण हुआ उसमें हजारों लोग थे। यानी इन्हें बाकी सारी चीजें दिख रही है, पर स्वयं की चीजें ढक करके इस प्रकार से बेबुनियाद दूसरों पर आरोप वे नहीं कर सकते। आंकड़े यदि बढ़ रहे हैं तो वह सरकार की लापरवाही, कोताही है।
आप बने रहिए मेरे साथ। अतुल लोंढे कांग्रेस पार्टी के भी जुड़ रहे हैं। मिस्टर अतुल लोंढे, here is the BJP responding, but they are actually calling this the hypocrisy of the Maha Aghadi, responding to what Nawab Malik has said and what is written in the Samna editorial. Can you really, as government, blame the opposition for the rise in cases?
Tanvi, you have seen that the protests have been held outside the temples, and they were very much insisting on opening of temples. They insisted to conduct the school examinations and the board examinations offline. At the same time, the governor, who should be a neutral, who also insisted, higher medical education minister and medical. So this is how people started coming out of their homes, believing that there is no COVID, there is no fear of COVID, directly insisting people to remain at home to follow the COVID protocol. You also know how they insisted government to start the local. It is even 2 months before, but somehow Chief Minister and the Cabinet of Maharashtra could hold it for last 2 months.
No, but surely, Mr. Atul, you're not telling me that the Maha Aghadi government takes its instructions from the opposition or gives in to the opposition when it's the lives of people at stake. We've opened up the pubs, we've opened up restaurants, we've got the local services running, we've allowed more people to come out because that's the decision that the government has taken, that it is time to restart the economy. So now how can we blame the other side?
No, we are not blaming. We are showing you how irresponsibly BJP is behaving. Basically, we are in a democracy, and certainly opposition party has a role to play. We have to take into consideration the opinion they have created in the minds of the people, and people were agitated. People were thinking that when BJP is telling us that there is no COVID and we should open up everything, this was the pressure created by them. So slowly, we have started everything, but the result is in front of you. It is the BJP who is solely responsible for this.
All right, Mr. Atul Londi, thank you so much for joining us and responding. So this is a political issue as well now, the rise in cases and who should be held responsible. Obviously, at the end of the day, scientists will tell you that when we open up more and more, and as more people come out in a highly population dense state like Maharashtra, the cases could go up. They are doing further studies as to if there are any specific mutated versions and strains which are doing the rounds in Maharashtra, but we don't know that yet. So at this point, the only solution really is to wear a mask and to be careful and follow the COVID norms. In fact, on the other side, you're actually seeing the authorities now beginning to take more and more action. In Mumbai itself, over 1,300 buildings were sealed by the civic body. They have also started fining large number of people for violating the COVID norms, for not wearing a mask. So at least in the city of Mumbai, we are seeing now significant action being taken by the civic body. But let's give you an overall picture and let's move on and tell you India's total active case load, which is now being pegged at over 1,40,000 cases. Now, so far, there were two states, Kerala and Maharashtra, and they still continue to be the ones with the largest number of cases. And these two states were under, the scanner, they were under observation and action was being taken. Now, the central government has also come out and said that Punjab, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh are also states which are seeing a rise in number of cases. Maharashtra, like we told you, recorded about 6,000 cases in the last 24 hours. Punjab, for a period of 1 week, has also seen a surge of about 300 cases being reported just in the last 24 hours. But let's go across to Ayushman. So Ayushman, we of course know that when it came to Maharashtra and Kerala, the centre even sent special teams, was in conversation with these two states about bringing down the cases. What about Punjab, Madhya Pradesh? What is the central government saying about these new states?
So currently, there are the quantum of increase in these states has not been that is being seen in both Maharashtra and Kerala. But Kerala and Maharashtra have significantly contributed to caseload for now for a long period of time. But what is being seen in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and the other states is that number is going up right now. So they are currently monitoring the situation right now. It is not that the contemplation is on the center may send the team. Definitely that is concerning. But the numbers are slowly and gradually increasing. So the increasing trend, while it was witnessing a declining trend, now that increasing trend is also being noticed. And this for the first time that they have seen in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh also. So yes, for sending a team, definitely the talks are on. But currently the focus definitely is on Maharashtra and Kerala, which again have started to see an increase after witnessing a slight downward trend.
All right, Ayushman, thanks so much for bringing us this story. So, of course, the concern not as big as it is in Maharashtra or Kerala, but these states are also beginning to see a rise. If anything, they should be learning their lessons from the states like Maharashtra, which is now actually looking at a challenge bigger than what we've seen in the last 2 months.